Hey, good morning, Charger Nation. Come on, folks, this is a great day. Welcome to our second National Letter of Intent celebration and college commitment celebration, I should say. We are so excited for this day. It's one of my favorite days of the year. It may be the first time for some of you witnessing this celebration, but it is a special moment that our seniors have worked really, really hard for. And we want to give it up right now for all of our families who have made this commitment to continue their education and athletic careers at the next level. So not only is this one of my favorite days, but it's one of my favorite parts of the year because we have our winter basketball teams. They are finishing up their regular season and getting ready for the playoffs next week. Our wrestling team is competing tonight in the conference championship here at PD, and then they will compete next Friday at Country Day for the state championship. Our indoor track and swim teams will compete at the state competitions next Tuesday. And what really makes our office, the people in my office, super crazy is that we are beginning the spring sports. So next week we will have over 600 people competing on 30 teams. So good luck to each and every one of you. But what makes today very special are our 7 seniors that we are celebrating. Again, they have made that commitment, put in the hours to make their dreams come true at the next level. So without further ado, please welcome to the stage Mr. Dan Dudley.
Thank you, Nancy. Firstly, congratulations to all of our committed student athletes and coaches today, along with their families. What an incredible journey and hopefully many more memories to come. I'm excited and privileged to be here today to talk about 2 of our rising stars from our PD soccer program. This is my favorite time of year, as Nancy just said, as we get to celebrate our players' futures, their families, coaches, and closest friends. First, we have KK Hart. KK is one of the engine rooms of our team, playing in the attacking midfield role. Joining PD back in the fall 2022, she made an immediate impact in our quest for a 4th straight championship. Despite falling inches short of our goal, KK contributed in a big way, starting in 24 games, scoring 11 goals and adding 4 assists. She finished last spring as a conference champion, a state finalist, a team national ranking of 4th, a first-team all-conference selection, a first-team all-region 2 selection, and a Carolina Soccer Honors Showcase invitee. For those of you who've been out to our games, I think you can attest, technically, KK is a wonderful player. She can play with both feet and has fantastic balance. KK is our midfield that offensively scores goals, creates, adds assists, but she also does the dirty work defensively as well. KK is a team player and one that we trust in pressure moments. This spring, in her senior season, we're going to lean on KK's experience, leadership, and ability in claiming back what was taken from us last May. A quote from Coach Ryan at the University of Tulsa. "We are so excited for KK to join the Golden Hurricane family. With her positive attitude, great work ethic, and leadership skills, we anticipate her having a huge impact on our team." Coach Jim Ryan. KK, I know you're going to be an instant success because your ability, your mentality, your character, your experience, but more importantly, your perseverance. I'm really proud of you. Please join me this afternoon in congratulating KK and her family to the commitment at the University of Tulsa.
Don't even have forgot to fix the mic. It's perfect height. All right. Good afternoon. Before I move ahead, I'd like to congratulate all the other commits who are signing today. Thank you, Coach Dodds, for your kind words. And thank you for your unwavering support during my college recruitment process and for your invaluable guidance in my journey as a growing athlete. Additionally, I'd like to extend my thanks to Coach Ash, Chris, Christina, Carrizo, and all my teachers for their constant encouragement and unwavering support in my pursuit of becoming a student athlete at TU. I'm humbled to have found a home at Tulsa and like to express my gratitude towards Coach Jim, Joe, and Kaylee for believing in me and welcoming me with open arms into the Tulsa family. It's an amazing feeling to know that I'll be contributing to such a talented team. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize the coaches at IMG Academy who played an instrumental role in my growth as a player. A special thanks to Coach Yanni and Coach Kim, who worked tirelessly with me developing my skills and fuel my love for soccer. My teammates have been nothing but short to family to me, and I'd like to thank them from the bottom of my heart for their endless support through the good and bad practices on and off the field. I'd also like to extend my gratitude to my friends who have been a constant source of encouragement and love throughout my journey. I'd like to express my deepest appreciation for my sister, Kennedy and Kelsey, for always having my back through thick and thin. Kennedy, I'm grateful for your guidance and being an incredible role model. And Kelsey, thank you for being my constant companion and best friend no matter how many petty fights we get in. Thank you for always being my best source of entertainment. We've shared countless memories together, whether it's tears or joy, but I know I could not have achieved this without you. Finally, I'd like to express my heartfelt thanks to my parents. None of this would be even close to possible without you guys. Mom, your undying support and motivation have been my driving force throughout this journey. You always went above and beyond from planning travel to my thousands of showcases and ID camps, having my jersey ready to go, or feeding me the perfect pregame meal. But beyond that, you were my role model and pushed me to be the best version of myself. I really have no idea what I'm going to do without you next year. Dad, thank you for being my go-to person for advice. You have no idea how valuable your opinion is to me. I can't remember a single game that you missed, except maybe that one 4 years ago that you still live streamed during your board meeting. And that just goes to show how much you've supported me throughout my journey. I have big shoes to fill following in your footsteps at Tulsa, and I'm excited to take on this challenge. Rain Canes.
I've been waiting for this one for a long time. Next, I have Liam Hedinger. Being completely honest, like I just said, I've been waiting for this moment for a long, long time. To see this once young PD middle school soccer player watch our varsity practices, attend our games, sit in the locker room, listen intently, sat beside me on an 8-hour flight to London with our varsity team back in 2018 on a preseason tour, all while listening, watching, observing every moment, knowing one day he would be leading our varsity team. And for me to witness that journey from that moment to now, seeing him on stage, is completely magical, watching it come full circle. As a player, Liam was a natural leader who wore his heart on his sleeve, always leaving everything on the pitch each and every day, whether it's practice or games. Some days his teammates would love him, opposing players would hate him. His somewhat relentless and physical, combative style really served as a catalyst to get our group going, and on some occasions that slight rush of blood to his head left he and I having some swift discussions after games with each other, referees, right across our state. I've never doubted Liam's commitment, his effort, his desire. He plays every game literally like it's his last game. And as a coach, you can't ask for any more. Despite his physical nature, he's a wonderfully composed player on the ball, for those who've been to see him play. He's very strong in the air. As a natural lefty, Liam's brought wonderful balance to our team, whether it be defensively or in the attacking midfield areas. Liam epitomizes what it means to play for PD, put that jersey on, and go to battle every day. I genuinely hope His career here leaves an impression on multiple young PD soccer players coming through. I reached out to the Gettysburg head men's soccer coach, Mark Metrick, for a quote on Liam. We're very excited that Liam Hedinger is joining us here at Gettysburg College. We feel Liam brings great character to our program, and we feel that he is a strong, athletic, and composed defender that we feel should come in right away and compete for playing time. Liam's PD career consisted of 14 goals, 7 assists, and 24 red cards. He was a two-time All-Conference and 2-time All-Region 2 performer, and a 2-year team captain. Liam, I know you're going to thrive at Gettysburg. I'm going to miss your leadership. I'm going to miss your friendship. I'm going to miss our banter, probably the most. Our celebrations, but those heated discussions in the moment, I'll always remember, and I hope you do too. Just remember, you actually need to stay on the pitch to make a difference, all right? Please join me in congratulating Liam and his commitment to Gettysburg College.
Thank you, Duds. At the age of 2, I began to play soccer. Since then, it's been a part of my personality, and it's played an even bigger role in my life. It's given me experiences that I never thought I would have, like meeting new friends, finding mentors, overcoming adversity, and most importantly, growing closer with my family. I fell in love with this sport because of my dad. Since I can remember, I've always had him to talk soccer with, whether that is talking about Chelsea, his playing days, or where I'm at with my game. He's the one I go to when I need advice or reassurance, so thank you, Dad. Thank you for being that person for me. You've always and will always be my role model. To my mom, I'll never be able to show how much appreciation I have for all that you do for me. From the recruiting process to the constant travel, you're my #1 fan, and I wouldn't want anybody else to be that person. No words can describe how much appreciation and love I have for you. To my sister Emma, I love you, and thank you for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. There are 3 coaches that have made me the player I am today. Duds, thank you for mentoring me. Since that England trip, as a 6th grader now, you've supported me and developed me into the player I am. To my club coach, Morteza, you saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, so I'm forever grateful for you. And lastly, to Frock, since the Charlotte United days when I was terrified of you to now, thank you for all that you've done for me in my soccer career. Finally, to my teachers, friends, family, grandparents watching online, and Providence Day as a whole, thank you for all the support and help that you've given me throughout the years. All of you have prepared me to be the student athlete in college, which I'm forever grateful for. Congratulations to everyone else signing today, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity that Coach Metrick and Gettysburg has given me. Roll Bullets.
What's up? I'm excited to introduce Davis today and share a bit about his contributions to our program with you. I'd first, though, like to take a moment to thank Davis's parents for all they've done for our program. In addition to Carrie's help as a team mom, I'm pretty sure one of the 2 of you has timed at nearly every single swim meet since Davis was in 7th grade, and a contribution of that magnitude is pretty rare and does not go unnoticed, so thank you both. Davis's impact on our team began at his first varsity meet as a freshman when he broke the school record in the 100 backstroke. Since then, I could probably write a book about his accomplishments in the pool, but I've tried my best to quickly summarize the profound impact he's had on our program.
Davis has broken our 200 IM school record each year since his freshman season, most recently last week at our conference championships. That swim was his sixth time breaking his own 200 IM record, a lifetime best, and a high school All-American consideration time. Davis is a six-time state finalist in his individual swims so far, the most a swimmer can have in their high school career up until this point with one state meet left to go. More impressively, he is a six-time A finalist, meaning he's finished in the top 8 in every event he's competed in individually at the state championships. Of those 6 swims, 2 have been state runner-up performances in the 200 IM, as well as a third-place finish last year in the 100 breaststroke. If you know Davis and the events that you'd expect to see him competing in, you might not think, oh, he's totally a breaststroker. But he's probably one of the most versatile athletes I've seen in my 10 years here. After 2 years of consistent success in the IM and backstroke events at the conference and state level, he filled a gap our team desperately needed, a breaststroker that could compete for top 3 finishes at conference and state. Last year, Davis did just that, winning the conference title in the 100 breaststroke, chopping a full second off of our school record and his lifetime best in the process. He followed up that performance with a state runner-up finish a week later. As we head into this year's state championships next week, Davis currently holds the second fastest 200 IM time and the third fastest 100 breaststroke time in the NCISAA this season. Davis has also been a key contributor on relays since his freshman season and is currently a school record holder in all 3 relays with his teammates. The boys' 200 free relay set both a school and conference record just last week and currently ranks number 1 in the NCISAA this season. A few more fun facts about Davis I'll share quickly. Swimmers across all 375 public and private school teams in the state of North Carolina are ranked against each other in a North Carolina top 25 for each graduating class, based solely on high school meet performances. And the state of North Carolina is arguably one of the most competitive swimming states in the country. To be on that list in and of itself is an accomplishment, but Davis is currently ranked number 16 in North Carolina's top 25 for the class of 2024 among thousands of male swimmers in the state. There are 8 different individual events across 4 competitive strokes in high school swimming, ranging in distance from 50 to 500 yards. Unlike many of his teammates, Davis has raced every single one of them multiple times in his PD career and achieved state cuts in all 8. This season, he ranks in the top 16 across all NCISAA performances in 5 of the 8 events. I am also lucky enough to have Davis on my summer league team. He's gonna kill me, but though club swimmers only do a few summer league meets due to their intense club schedules, it's always fun when older swimmers show up and swim fast and give younger swimmers someone to look up to. I can't tell you the number of times the past few years younger swimmers on our summer team have said, when I'm older, I hope I can swim as fast as Davis does. One of my favorite summer league memories of Davis is when he was running late to a swim meet from practice. He told me he thought he could be there by the time the 50 free started, so I entered him in it. Davis was running late and texted saying he wasn't sure if he was going to make it for the 50, but he was on his way and he was going to try and get there in time. With probably a minute to go until his heat, he arrived. Davis is not one to bring attention to himself, but about 400 people got to watch him sprint across the pool deck in his suit with his cap and goggles in hand, trying to make it to the blocks in time. Most swimmers would have probably texted their summer league coach if they were running late and say, I'm not going to make it. But if you know Davis, when he says he's going to be somewhere, he's going to be there. Needless to say, he made it to the blocks with what felt like maybe 10 seconds until they blew the whistle for the swimmers to step on the block. So with no warm-up, Davis quickly throws on his caps and goggles, dives in, and wins the race. I will never forget the little 7-year-old boy that was standing next to me after Davis touched the wall and looks up and says, how did he do that? One of the first times I ever saw Davis compete was his 8th grade conference meet when he was on the PD middle school team. He was entered in the slowest heat of the 100 free with a no-time entry because he was added to the event late. Not only did he win his heat by a full lap, he ended up winning the event after all the other heats were finished by more than 4 seconds. That swim at the time was a middle school conference record, and I just checked this morning, and it still stands. I have no doubt Davis's versatility and commitment to doing what's best for his team will serve him well in college, and I can't wait to see all that he accomplishes in the next 4 years. Please join me in congratulating Davis for signing to swim at Georgetown.
right. First of all, I want to congratulate all my fellow athletes signing today. It's a tremendous accomplishment to be able to sign with such amazing people. First, I'd like to thank Coach Christina Bond. Thank you for always allowing me to show up late for meets because I was coming from practice and allowing me to swim different events in high school, even if I hurt our chance of winning. Even when you let me swim my worst stroke at states last year, it meant a lot to me. In my final high school state meet next week, I promise you that I'll get you that state championship that you've always wanted, because you've always helped me find my love for the sport again, so thank you. Next, I'd like to thank my teachers at PD. I know you all have been tired of me missing tests and multiple weeks of school for meets across the country, but I just want to thank each and every one of you for helping me throughout these 4 years. I've been blessed to have been taught by you all. I have nothing but respect and gratitude for putting up with my absences and questions. To my friends and teammates, words cannot express how grateful I am to have grown up with you. I've moved up training groups and grades with you for the past 10 years, and now it's safe to say that I can call you my brothers. You guys have always been there for me. From the ups and downs, in and out of the pool, there isn't a group of people I'd rather compete with than you. You've always pushed each other every day, become better than we were the day before, and I'm proud of part of this generation with you. You guys are a part of what made me the person I am today, and I wouldn't be standing up here without you. Especially Granger Barty. We've been through it all together. Even when you were younger than me and maybe a smidge taller than me, you are someone that I've continued to look up to. Even though I used to drive you to practice and I did feel older than you, you were always one that gave me advice and motivation. I just want to say thank you for being my best friend for the past couple years. To my coaches, thank you for helping me become the person I am today. You've always believed in me even before I broke out when I was younger, and I want to thank you for that. Coach Russ and Coach Scott, thank you for implementing a sense of discipline and strength in me at such a young age. You helped me to realize what true dedication is, and I hope to prove that belief correct. Coach Randy, Coach Chuck, and Coach Larry, thank you for the past 3 years of practices. Thank you for the ridiculously difficult sets that you made me do, even if I hated you for it in the middle of them. They helped me to push past what I thought I was capable of, and there was no one else I would have wanted to coach me than you all. Also, thank you to Coach Jack at Georgetown for taking a chance on me. I promise to be the greatest swimmer that's ever come through your program, and I promise to bring you more hardware than you can put on your shelves. To both my grandfathers, although you weren't around anymore to watch me race, I know you were still our above. You were some of the first people to believe in me, and I still think about you a ton. Even before I started swimming, I remember you would brag to other grandparents about how I was going to play sports in college. I never believed it at the time, but who knew you could see the future? Papa, I remember one day you were driving me to a college basketball game, and you asked me a question. Who do you want to be when you grow up? Quickly, I responded with LeBron. I don't think that's my path anymore. But now, as I've grown up, I have a different answer. I want to be the person that makes you proud. I hope I have lived up to the hopes and dreams of me, and I hope to continue to make you proud later in life. Finally, Mom and Dad, thank you for everything. There isn't a chance in the world I'd be here up here today without the two of you. You've held me accountable and motivated in anything that I've done. In school and swimming, you both have molded me in the person I am today. Mom, thank you for never letting me quit. I still remember us talking about how much I hated swimming when I was younger, and I just wanted to stop. But you pushed me to give it one more season, and as usual, you were right. Following that season, I became state champion, and my swimming career took off. And it's all thanks to you. Thank you for the countless protein shakes, plates of food, study guides, and mock tests you have made me when I come home late from practice. Everything you have done has helped me to achieve this dream of mine, and I owe it all to you. Even to this day, you are my biggest supporter and help me out in any situation that I'm in. Dad, thank you for pushing me in everything that I do. You have always told me that if you're going to do something, put all your energy into it and don't leave anything on the table. Now that's something that I live by. You have taught me so many lessons I can't even count and have shaped me into the man I am today. Numerous times I have been down in the dumps and how I swam in a race or how I did on a test, and every time you never failed to help me out of that slump. I hope I've made you as proud of a father as I am to be your son. Thank you both for everything. I owe it all to you. That's all. Hoya Saxa.
It's an honor today to be standing here sharing this moment with Zach. and his family. I've had the pleasure of watching Zach grow up here at PD and began cheering for him when he was in middle school. During those middle school years, even our varsity guys on the team were already seeing something special in Zach. He was already proving not to just be talented, but he was raising the bar for those people around him. From the moment that Zach joined the varsity cross-country team, it was clear he was going to lead the program during his high school career. Even when Zach was a freshman, he was the one that was leading the core because he was the one who had memorized the whole routine. His leadership skills were evident, and it was clear to the entire coaching staff that Zach was meant to be a captain, even as a sophomore. No one on the team questioned the decision to make him a captain as a sophomore. Zach goes down as only one of a few runners in the cross-country track program to be named a captain for 3 years in high school. It takes a special person not only to have those leadership qualities, but also to be willing to take on those responsibilities for 3 years. Zach has been an important part of the success of both cross-country and track these past 4 years. He has been a dedicated, driven, passionate athlete, and he's also helped instill those traits into others, including a lot of his friends. Zach's range as an athlete is super impressive. This past summer, I was putting together the top 10 list for each event in outdoor track, and Zach's the only athlete in what I consider, we've had a lot of great athletes. He's the only one who's in the top 10 in the 400, the 800, the 1600, and the 3200, which is pretty remarkable. Last year, as a junior, Zach finished runner-up at the state championship in the 800 meters. He also broke the school record that day. Then he went on to the national meet in Philadelphia, and he lowered the 800 time again to a crazy time of 1 minute and 52 seconds for half mile. He's the top returning half miler in the entire state of North Carolina this coming year. PD is lucky to have had Zach part of the program, and I feel fortunate to have had these 4 years coaching him. Please join me in congratulating Zach as he signs to run track at Tennessee.
All right, we'll see how ready I am for this. Thank you, Hovis, for the kind words. First off, I'd like to congratulate everyone else committing to compete next year. I grew up with most of these guys in lower school, so it's pretty cool to share this accomplishment today. If I had the chance, I would make this speech quite long, but I'll do my best to sum it up. Firstly, thank you to my 3 coaches, Hovis, Compton, and Sink. These guys have stuck with me for 6 years, coaching me through every aspect of life, whether it's trying to run the 100 in middle school, putting in headlights on my Jeep, or the countless fantasy football losses. Our bonds have stemmed from running, but I know our relationships are so much more and will be lifelong as well. I've been very fortunate enough to have these guys by my side for so long, interacting almost every day of my life. I appreciate all the time we've had together. I'd also like to thank my family for going through this whole experience with me. Each one of y'all have helped me succeed and motivated me to keep working for many years. My teammates Owen and Carly have helped finish countless runs, workouts, and races, making them enjoyable every time. Track isn't the same without y'all. I've also had the privilege to have the counsel on the track team throughout the years, which have been quite an experience. Thank y'all. Let's see where I am. Sorry. To all the PD legends, Brunner, Landon, Jason, Christian, and Noah, I appreciate all the time we've spent getting advice, talking about races, and sharing great Hovis stories. Finally, my mom. She has traveled countless miles with me just to see me run in a circle twice. I don't know how you do it. You are there for me every day of my life, consoling, supporting, and motivating me to be the best version of myself. I love you. I'm very excited for this opportunity to run at Tennessee under Coach Carlson. We'll be chasing some great goals for the next 4 years. Thank you, and go Vols.
All right, now it's a privilege to be here as Sophia signs here in a minute and makes the decision to pursue running at the next level. I remember quite well when Sophia's middle school coach, Coach Martin, reached out letting me know Sophia was interested in Providence Day. I had already coached a few of his athletes before and knew that if he thought Sophia had potential, then she most certainly did. She had a very strong freshman year in track, getting down to a 5:35 in the mile at a postseason meet. I was very impressed because she was already proving to me to be someone who wanted to do well and didn't shy away from hard work. Then, to be honest, the next couple of years were kind of a roller coaster from a racing standpoint. However, during those ups and downs, Sophia never once let her excitement to run disappear. She continued to set goals and always found a way to help the team. That's something I really admire about Sophia. She's always done anything she could to help the team have success. Finally, last year, once she figured out that maybe low iron was kind of the root cause of the troubles, she was able to prove to herself and all those around just what she could do. Sophia had an incredible last winter and spring. She began running at a new level, hitting 2:20 in the 800, which is 5th in school history, and running a 5:17 in the mile. This past fall, she helped the girls' cross-country team to the state title. She helped not only as a runner, but also as a captain of the team. Sophia had such a consistent season during cross-country. She was hitting times that were truly minutes faster than anything she had ever run on a consistent basis. It helped her earn Most Improved Runner during the cross-country season. And this has all led to Sophia's moment right now. She's very excited to be heading to Emory University and become part of their program, a program that finished 8th at last year's Division III cross-country national championships. And Emory's a great academic school as well. I'm so proud of Sophia and have really enjoyed having her part of the PD program for the last 4 years. Please give Sophia a hand as she signs with Emory University.
All right, thank you. I'd like to start by thanking everyone who has come here today and to congratulate all the other athletes signing. I'm so happy we could be on this journey together, and I wish y'all the best of luck. I'm so thankful to have my family and friends here today who have supported me throughout my athletic career. I'm thankful for my dad, who would wake up at 6:30 in the morning for middle school cross-country preseason and always inviting me to his running groups, even though I was the youngest person there. I'm thankful to my mom, who would take me to Charlotte Junior soccer practice, despite me picking flowers instead of scoring goals. She also supported me through other sports like swimming, where I'd swim into other lanes, and ballet, where my sister and I sat down in the middle of the performance. And to my twin sister, Lizzie, who did all these sports with me, I'm thankful that you would let me play with you, even though you were much better. I appreciate how you would find ways for me to play and still have fun, like when I would stand under the basket and catch rebounds so you could score. When I began cross country, I surprised everyone, including myself, at my first race when I wasn't dead last. I was so excited being near the front, and when spring track began, I had even more fun. Ever since then, I've been running, and I've grown to love track and all the middle distance events. Even cross country, which was the hardest for me, grew on me. My teammates have made me love running so much more, and I'm so thankful for all the cross country meets, track meets, and Strava-worthy weekend long runs we've done together. Lastly, I'm thankful for all the coaches who have supported me from middle school, high school, and in the recruiting process. I'd like to say thank you to Coach Martin, Coach Hovis, Coach Gigler, Coach Compton, Coach Sinkowski, Mariah, and Coach Nguyen. Go Eagles.
I told George I'm just going to stand up here and roast him for about 20 minutes. No, it's an honor to be here and to talk about our next signee of the 2024 class, George Hinton, who recently committed to play college golf at Bates College in Lewiston, Maine. George didn't start playing golf consistently really until a couple years ago, but Coach Preston and I could tell right away from his swing that you really had what it takes to be a great golfer. And once George learned to really manage the game and think his way around the course, we're still working on that a little bit. But for those of you that don't know, George is a very, very good golfer. I think he had a 2.33 index last year, top 25 in the state. And several rounds have been right there where, I mean, you're a heck of a player, man. And Bates really got a steal when they signed you. Coach Preston and I, we've really pushed you, George. But through it all, George has been receptive. He's been coachable. And he's gone from someone who, frankly, kind of led to us pulling our hair out from time to time. And this is beautiful hair, George. Come on. But now George is texting me during off-season workouts talking about freshmen coming in that he wants to take under his wing. So we're proud of who you are as a golfer, but more proud of who you've become as a leader and as a young man. We have some unfinished business to take care of this spring, but we're excited for this season and trust that George is going to lead the way this year. We're going to continue to push you because we care for you and we believe in you. But the Bates Golf Program is very lucky to have you, and Coach Preston and I are grateful to have had the opportunity to coach you. Congratulations to your parents, Bo and Elise, and to you, George. You're going to do great things up in Maine. So please join me in congratulating George Hinton on his commitment to Bates College.
Thank you, Coach, but I just hit the ball and walk after it. First of all, I'd like to congratulate everyone else who is here signing today. It's a big accomplishment, and it's no other people I'd rather do it with. I'd first like to thank my parents for having so much support and always being there for me. Mom, thank you for always staying positive, even when it's the first hole of a tournament and I hit one 60 yards right, and you're admiring the curve on my shot and how unbelievable it was. It's pretty unbelievable. And then Dad for always coming with me to my tournaments and being there to either give me a pep talk when I'm on a bogey run and tell me to just stop doing it, or laugh with me while we talk about how my 10 would have been a 3 if I just, used my head. I'd like to thank Coach Copeland and Coach Preston for helping me on the school golf team learn how to think my way around the course and actually pay attention. Along with bringing me the goldfish. I really needed that. And then I'd like to thank my swing coaches, Jack Fields. I'd like to thank Mike Smith for helping me navigate the recruiting process. And then I'd like to thank Michael and Mike for working on me with strength and training. Brooks, I'd like to thank you for always being there and always giving me a jab on how I either played really well or could have played a little better. And you've always been a supportive brother for me, so really appreciate it. Yeah.
one standing. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Josh Springer, head varsity girls basketball coach here at PD, and we are here to celebrate Sophie Levine and her commitment to Franklin and Marshall. And before we talk about Sophie, I want to talk about her parents. I want to thank Julie for being an incredible, incredible team mom this year and holding it together for Providence Day girls basketball. And I want to thank Howard for teaching Sophie that outstanding jump shot and making the decision to have Sophie attend Providence Day as opposed to that other school on Providence Road. Well done. Congrats to Sophie, all family, friends, and supporters. Congrats to all the other signees and their families. This is an incredible day, incredible accomplishments for many. Sophie has been an icon on this campus since her lower school years, over 10 years in our program. Her accolades: a point guard, and that's the equivalent of being the quarterback in football. The one that gets all the credit and the one that gets all the blame every day in practice and in games. Sophie scored almost 700 points in her high school career here, a prolific three-point shooter. She leads the team this season in assists per game at over 3.5 a game. She has incredibly high basketball IQ. I love that she challenges me on X's and O's. All right, truly, that's what a coach wants, is players to think like a coach, and she is so cerebral. She thinks outside the box in so many occasions that have helped our team be successful. In 22-23, Sophie earned second-team all-conference honors in the CISAA. Stats are great, accolades are great, but I want to talk about a few moments through the years. And there's many more than this, but these are 5 or 6 of the top ones that came to mind. I remember in 3rd grade when the Levine family called me and said, "Can we move Sophie up on the IFBL teams?" And here's what I know: she was better. She was better and could have been moved up talent-wise. But our IFBL leagues, we keep everybody together 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. And for a long time, Soph has carried the mantle for that grade. She's currently the only senior on our team, and for a long time, she has loved and spearheaded playing basketball for that grade. I remember in 7th grade, the NBA All-Star Weekend came here, 2019, and the first time ever they called and said, "We're going to have a middle school tournament in conjunction with NBA All-Star Weekend." And Coach Brooks coached the team there, and Soph was one of 2 7th graders on that team. And she led our Providence Day middle school team all the way to the NBA Junior National Championship game, held here in Charlotte in conjunction with All-Star Weekend. As a freshman, Sophie hit the game-winning shot against Camden High School down in South Carolina, and we defeated the #1 player in the country in the 24 class. If you're wondering who it is, Joyce Edwards at Camden High School. Sophie's always been unflappable. She was as a freshman as we hit that, she hit that shot with seconds to go, and still is as a senior. Summer of 2023, we were at Francis Marion Team Camp. We played the 9 o'clock game. We lost. At 10 o'clock, I looked over in between courts 1 and 2. Sophie and her 7 teammates busted out a game of Harry Potter Uno in between courts 1 and 2. That tells you all you need to know about number 24. A couple weeks later, I ran into Lucy Drinkwater on campus, and she said to me, "Josh, you always have to watch out for Sophie." And I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "I turned my back the other day and she took my phone and I had 17 pictures that I had no idea where they came from." Sophie created the PDS Ballers page this year. And if you are into the Instagram sort of thing, you may have seen some humorous, questionable, G-rated pictures of our players and our team. Soph is constantly providing people smiles and laughs on and off the court. Sophie's jovial and lighthearted personality has made many smile on this campus for years and years and years. You could see that in this community on Friday night when we had senior night, and her ovation was rocking the MAC. It's been my humble honor and privilege to have coached Sophie for many years here at PD. Please join me in congratulating Sophie on continuing her career at Franklin and Marshall.
Hello. I first want to say congrats to all the other athletes signing today. I want to thank my PD coaches, Coach Springer, Russ, Brooks, and O for the past 4 years. Thank you for all the time you put in and for always pushing me to be my best on and off the court. I would also like to thank my AAU coach, Christy, and my trainers who have helped me become the player I am today. Next, I want to thank my siblings, Brian, Evan, and Mandy, for always being there for me. A special shout out to Evan for not only being my biggest competitor growing up, but also one of my best friends and my biggest role model. Thank you for always keeping me humble and for all the support even when you are away at college. Special thank you to Gloria, who has been there since I was born. Thank you for all you do. Next, my parents. Thank you for coming to all my games, no matter how far away they are. Mom, even though you don't understand the game of basketball, after 14 years of watching me play, thank you for your constant support and constant positivity. You have taught me to work hard and the importance of having fun while doing so. Dad, you were the one who introduced me to basketball. I remember shooting with you in the backyard for years and obviously always beating you in one-on-one. Thank you for all the advice and feedback after games. Next, I want to thank my teammates. Basketball is a very long season, so I spend a ton of time with you guys, maybe too much in your opinion. You guys have been with me through the highs and lows, and I can't thank you enough. Next, I want to thank two of my former teammates who have become my two best friends, Lauren and Elle. I was an annoying little freshman, and for some reason, they took me under their wing. Elle was the best three-point shooter in North Carolina, so I had huge shoes to fill. Not only is she a great shooter, but she is also an amazing friend. Lauren, even though I accidentally gave you a concussion in 6th grade, somehow we have become best friends. Everyone was worried I wasn't going to survive when you left for college this year, but here we are. Thank you for always answering my calls and for all your advice after a hard game, practice, or day. Thank you to all my friends, family, and teachers for helping me become the person I am today. A special thank you to my grandparents, Gama, Len, and Pop, for coming to basically every game and figuring out how to live stream the away games. I want to thank Coach Bria and Marissa at Franklin and Marshall for the opportunity, and I look forward to the next 4 years. Like a wise woman once said, I just want to get a bag and hoop. Go Dips!
Let's give it up again for our 7 student athletes. At this time, again, please come out and support the athletic programs and come up and take some pictures. Thanks.
group leader. At group leader, let's go. Yeah, and then you come in. Copeland. Oh, no, I don't. And